This is the greatest embarrassment and beyond embarrassment.
Yeah, it's beyond an embarrassment. It's a pantsing. Sure. I mean, what would be less embarrassing? We just stay.
This is something that it will affect our relationships for years to come and decades to come.
Yeah, but we'll have a lot more money to spend fixing those relationships to the tune of, what was it you said, $48 billion a year?
I will say, when China watches this, they're so happy and they're laughing at us.
Good. Tell them I said good luck in Afghanistan. And as soon as they start digging up lithium and building roads because they think it's all going to be fine, and the people that they're communicating with start communicating with the Uyghurs, and that'll in Xinjiang, it'll all work out. I'm sure there won't be any kind of a conduit between the Uyghurs, who don't forget what the Chinese government has done to them, and the entire fucking Taliban, who thinks that they can slowly but surely bleed China dry over time. Because that's, I mean, if you're looking at it from the Taliban's point of view, that, if that's where you get your weapons from, is when a country gets bogged down in there. They're a tick looking for the next dog.
They're laughing. I extracted billions and billions of dollars out of China. Never happened. We never got 10 cents from China.
Oh, the 10 cents from whatever. Obviously. Well, Walmart did.
Billions and billions. They were so happy to see a rigged election. They might have helped it along, actually. But they...
Oh, slip that in on you, Sean. You couldn't edit that. That was live. Oh, well. Good luck with the Dominion. You guys almost dodged it. Good luck with the Dominion lawsuit. That's going to sneak up on you.
They were so happy. But, Sean, I'll tell you what, this is the greatest embarrassment that I've ever seen. This is, and you know it better than you do, an incredible job in covering it, and I appreciate it. The whole country appreciates it.
Yeah, we all do. We all I wake up in the morning going, thank God for Sean Hannity.
This is the greatest embarrassment in the history of our country.
Dude, you have to, I know you want that to be the quote. You got to tighten that shit up. You really have. You're not going to be able to make a real sound bite out of it unless you can say it all in one go.
There's never been, and let me tell you, we haven't stopped. This is not ending. Again, we have all of those thousands of Americans over there and others, and you're saying, how are they going to get? They have a Taliban ring around the airport, and they said nobody else. Now, they're saying we'll negotiate, but do you really think, their history is that they're very brutal.
I see. Sorry. Guy who struck a deal with them last year says what now?
And they don't like to negotiate.
No, they don't. Is that that was your experience? I mean, honestly, you just gotten the guy out of a Pakistani jail, so he might have been a little anxious, if you know what I'm saying.
History, and Biden put us in this position. He should have gotten the civilians out first. Then he should have.
Well, then they would have known we were leaving.
Taken the military equipment. We have billions of dollars of brand new, beautiful equipment. Take the equipment out, and then take the soldiers out. And frankly, I said, take the soldiers out, but before you leave, blow up all the forts.
The forts. Oh, we have forts now. I always thought we had bases, but apparently we've been playing fort in Afghanistan this whole fucking time. The forts. Really?
Because we built these forts that are being now used by the enemy. It's not.
Oh my God, it's terrible when they're my blankets, they're my pillows. If you have to ask permission if you want to play fort with me.
Even believable.
It's interesting.
By the way, hold on one second. U.S. Let's see. Let's see if this there. I know nobody actually pays attention to this asshole, but I think it's kind of worthwhile that we. Oops, let me grab this. We don't give a crap about the little shit. They don't, especially and a lot of the airplanes and stuff we gave to the Afghan military, if they don't know how to service them, they're just going to fall apart. They'll try and sell them. We'll blow them up as they're leaving the country. It's silly. But as the final American and NATO troops leave Afghanistan after a 2-decade war, they are leaving behind tons of military equipment to be destroyed in scrap yards. The U.S. military is breaking up the Bagram Air Base, and anything that is not taken home or given to the Afghan military is being dismantled. According to a statement from the U.S. military, about 1,300 pieces of equipment have been destroyed so far. One official told the Associated Press that there will be more destroyed before the final deadline of departure on September 11th. The process is done as a security measure to ensure the equipment does not fall into the hands of militants. However, scrap sellers across Afghanistan see this as a waste. What they are doing is a betrayal of Afghans. They should leave, Bubba Mir told Associated Press. Like they have destroyed this vehicle, they have destroyed us. Okay. He's very angry. I understand that. Guess what, Baba? You're cool, man. We're gone. The Afghans feel abandoned to a legacy they blame, at least in part of the Americans, a deeply corrupt U.S.-backed government, growing instability that could burst into a brutal new phase of a civil war. Oh, were we ever so young. The bitterness of the scrapyard owners is only a small part of that. Really? They're that pissed? They're getting... Oh, okay. And it's based somewhat on self-interest. They feel they could have profited more from selling intact equipment. Tough shit, guys. You're a scrap dealer, not an arms dealer, and that matters. It's been a common theme for the past 2 traumatic and destructive decades in the actions that the U.S. touted as necessary but beneficial only disillusioned Afghans who felt the repercussions. At Bagram, northwest of the capital of Kabul and other bases, U.S. forces are taking stock of equipment to be returned to America. Tens of thousands of metal containers about 20 feet long are being shipped out in C-17 cargo planes or by road through Pakistan and Central Asia. As of last week, 60 I know how 60 means. 60 C-17s packed with equipment already had left Afghanistan. This is in May. Can we stop pretending this shit hasn't been happening? And you don't think the Taliban knew that this shit was going? They're either giving the shit to the guys who are all largely going, I don't know how to fly a plane. I don't need that. They're scrapping it, boxing it the fuck up. Officials are being secretive about what stays and what goes. Most of what is being shipped home is sensitive equipment never intended to be left behind. According to the U.S. and Western officials who spoke on condition of anonymity in order to talk freely about departing troops, other equipment, including helicopters, military vehicles, weapons, and ammunition, will be handed over to Afghan's national defense and security forces. Some bases will be given to them as well. One of the most recent handed over was the new Antonik base on Helmand province, where the Taliban are said to control roughly 80% of the rural area, and they can have it. Destined for the scrap heap are equipment vehicles that can neither be repaired nor transferred to Afghanistan security forces because of poor condition. The practice is not new. The same was done in 2014 when thousands of troops withdrew as the U.S. and NATO handed Afghanistan security over to the Afghans. More than 387 million pounds of scrap from destroyed equipment and vehicles was sold to Afghans for about $46.5 million. A spokeswoman for the military's Defense Logistics Agency in Virginia said at the time. Last month, around the time President Joe Biden announced that America was ending its forever war, Mir paid nearly $40,000 for a container packed with 70 tons of trashed equipment. He'll make money, he told the Associated Press, but it'll be a fraction of what he could have made if they'd been left intact, even if they weren't in working condition. Yeah, asshole, that's the problem. We don't want them to have that stuff. The vehicle parts would have been sold to the legions of auto repair shops across Afghanistan. He said, that can't happen now. They've been reduced to mangled pieces of metal that Mir sells for a few thousand Afghanis. Sadat, another junk dealer in Bagram, who gave only one name, says other scrapyards around the country are crammed with ruined U.S. equipment. They left us nothing. They don't trust us. They have destroyed our country. They are giving us only destruction. They sound lovely. But yeah, sorry, what was it again? Was that one of the conditions?